She has been a member of PBT 2025 team since the beginning, 4th grade. She is currently a freshman at Bethesda Chevy Chase High School and is on the varsity basketball team, making it as a freshman. And during this interview, she'll be talking about challenges and her experience with PBT, becoming a freshman varsity player, and more. So thank you for joining us tonight, and we're excited to have you all. And
Thanks for having
me. So for our first question, it's when did you join PBT and why did you choose it?
I joined in 4th grade and I've been playing on like a couple other teams, but I knew that I wanted to play at a more competitive level and I just wanted to get better. So when I made Thunder, of course I wanted to join so I could do that and everything.
Amazing. Okay. And this kind of goes into it for your second question. So you're currently a freshman in high school. What were the main reasons that you decided to stick with PBT for so many years?
Because of my teammates and also especially my coaches who are like really great mentors, and I feel like they care about the team but also like each player individually, which is really nice.
Absolutely. And kind of, again, going into the next question is, how would you describe the PBT community as a whole?
The PBT community is so great because it focuses on like all the different things I love about basketball, which is like the competitiveness and working with a team, but like also still having fun while doing all that stuff.
Absolutely. And I think it's like important to have that aspect of like balancing friendship and having people you can depend on while also having like the competitive spirit to, especially going into games, like having that chemistry, but also knowing each person will work hard. That's what you look for.
I agree.
So, how does it feel to make varsity as a freshman, and how did PBT help in preparing for high school play?
Felt really good to make varsity. PBT definitely helped me because we always play with the best competition, I was really prepared when I had to play with older girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like also for Thunder, I like played up once with a 17U team, and that like introduced me to like more high school level play and just a faster paced game, and like all that really helped me be prepared for the competition.
Yeah, and like also with that is like from my experience is like having 2-hour practices. I know it's a big difference jumping into that and having it like every single day. So I feel with PBT, like you have 1.5-hour practices to 2-hour practices, maybe a week, which just kind of helps you get into the groove of having 2-hour practices every single day as well.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
Next is, if you could have done anything different in middle school to prepare for high school, what would you have done?
I just think I would have practiced more. I think you can practice more because just the more you play, the better you get. Like personally, it helps me a lot just like getting more shots up and just working on like a quicker release and stuff like that. So yeah, just playing more.
Yeah, totally agree with that. And like even yesterday, like we had practice yesterday for high school, and that was kind of, it was just a shooting practice, getting shots up, working on a quick release and everything like that. So just by getting up, you can improve so much in a way too. So next is, so I know that Coach Adib is your coach for the 2025 team, and he has for the past few seasons. He also recently started his own training business, I believe. What are some of the things you appreciate most about his style?
So one of the best things about one of the best things about him that I learned from his training and his coaching is a really good listener. And that like understands each player has different needs, and he's really good at tailoring his coaching to like meet those needs. And he's been super supportive, and he's improved my game so much, especially over the past year.
Absolutely. And like things I've seen is, so first, like his business is called the Brew Lab, and he just works on fundamentals, which I think is really crucial for basketball players, just because you can't really go anywhere without learning and practicing the fundamentals, even after becoming a really skilled player. Like you have to go back to the fundamentals and always practice it as well.
Exactly.
And I feel like he really incorporates that in his practices as well.
Yes, he does.
So next is, what has been the most important lessons PBT has taught you so far that you utilize both on and off the court?
PBT has just taught me how to be part of a team, and like this is super important because you always have to know how to work with other people, and you're gonna have to do that in school and at work and just all aspects of life. So that's a really good life lesson that they taught me.
Okay, next is a little difficult question is, What is one of your favorite drills at practice, and what is your least favorite drill as well, and why?
My favorite drill at practice is probably 3-on 2-on-1
Hmm.
because I really like working on transition and being able to push the ball and everything. So I love doing that. One of my least favorite drills is probably free throw ladders. It really helps a lot on free throws and like motivating you to make them, but we always do it at or like we a lot of the times we do it at like the end of practice. So everybody's already really tired. It's just more running, but it does help with conditioning. I can I can tell you that.
Yeah, I've done that quite a few times, and it's brutal sometimes, especially if it's not the best free throw shooting day that day. So,
Yeah.
okay. So next is, what is one word you would use to describe PB?
One word I would use to describe PBT is supportive because I just know my coaches and my teammates like care about me as a person as much as they do as a player.
Hmm.
So, um, so like whenever we are doing conditioning or if like I made a bad play, like they're always like cheering me on and clapping and like always just helping me get back in the game, which is really awesome to have.
Yeah, and I think it's an important part of not only like the chemistry of the team, but I think something that's overlooked within basketball is the mental aspect of basketball. And so having a supportive team to constantly cheer you on and being like, you got the next one is like really crucial in developing the next kind of part of basketball, the mental game as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have that community around you. So the
Definitely.
one for tonight is, any advice for players that are currently going through the process of deciding on which AAU team to join?
I would say choose a team you know that you're going to improve on, but also that you're going to have fun on because if you aren't like enjoying what you're doing, you aren't going to want to play anymore and you aren't going to want to put in the work. So just make sure you have both aspects.
Absolutely. I think that's great advice, and it's important to have both when you're looking for an AAU team at all times. Um, for tonight. So thank you so much, Alicia, for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it, especially with having a pretty busy schedule. Um, thank you. And I also want to say thank you for everyone that joined us tonight and listened in on both on Alicia's experience, but also her experience with PBT and how she's overcome things using the community, but also became a varsity basketball player through PBT and her own work as well too.
Yes.
So thank you, and I hope you all have a good night. Enjoy the snow. Thank you.
Thank you so much.